Hello friends, China has once again launched a massive offensive against India. This time it is not one of those conflicts on the borders, but a deep strike on India's development story. The dragon has unleashed a new strategic weapon. It has started a game with its supply chains, and the result, the Indian economy is in danger. Friends, on the one hand, India is trying to improve relations with China. China is also calling for elephant dragon ballet dance. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh recently visited China to shake hands and bring economic and strategic peace between the neighbors. But on the other hand, China, with its cunning moves, has tightened its grip around India's neck. And it is trying to cause over $100 billion of damage to Indian economy. After rare earth magnets and semiconductors, China has now targeted India's backbone, agricultural sector. What is China's new weapon now? Rotting the crops that our farmers are growing. So what exactly is China doing? How is the Indian economy being affected? And what must India do to come out of this trap? Let's analyze in detail in this report. Fertilizer ban. China's latest attack is the unofficial ban on the export of specialty fertilizers. These are not the common fertilizers like urea or DAP that are widely used in India. These specialty fertilizers are different. They are like vitamins and health supplements for the crops being grown by Indian farmers. Examples include water-soluble types like NPK 19-19-19 and 0-52-34 and micronutrients like zinc and boron. They are used to increase yield, that is, to get more crops from the same land. And guess who uses them? Farmers growing crops like bananas, mangoes, grapes, onions, and other fruits and vegetables. In short, high profit crops need these fertilizers as badly as they need water to survive. These crops yield more profit only with specialty fertilizers. And sometimes a farmer's entire profit depends on these inputs. Now, latest reports are suggesting that China is trying to do the same with DAP. India's crops in China's hands. Every year, India imports about 1.5 to 1.6 lakh tons of these fertilizers from China. That is about 80% of India's specialty fertilizer imports. Yes, from one country, which is our enemy. So now, China has started playing games with India. They have suddenly stopped sending them. And that too during the critical farming season in India between June to December. That is like cutting off electricity in the middle of an IPL final. June to December is the peak sowing season in India. Now farmers are stuck. They are running around looking for these fertilizers, but they are nowhere to be found. Why? Because India doesn't make these. And other countries, except China, other than China, either they don't have them or they get it from guess who? China. China controls the entire supply chain for these fertilizers. Almost 80% of the world's specialty fertilizers are only made in China. So this year, the productivity of India's horticulture sector, meaning fruits and vegetables, is in danger. Through this, China has made a direct strategic attack on India's farming sector. The supply chain game. China has played this supply chain game against India before as well. Earlier, it also stopped rare earth magnets. These are materials like neodymium, iron, and boron. These magnets are super important for making electric vehicles, wind turbines, audio devices, and parts in the automobile industry. And our AV dream, Well, without these magnets, it's more like a nightmare. EVs can't work without them. Indian auto companies said they would run out of these rare earth magnet stock by June 2025. It is already over now. They warned they would have to stop production if China didn't resume supply. Then came the rare mineral shock. Last year, China also restricted the supply of rare minerals to India. These rare minerals are needed for making things like semiconductors, fiber optic cables, and solar panels. Without these, electronics production becomes impossible. Take germanium, for example. It's critical for electronics, but China gave India only half of what we asked for. This caused big trouble for India's electronics industry. Later, India started importing germanium through other countries, but they came at a big cost. India now has to pay 10 to 15% extra. Metro projects blocked, and China's pressure didn't stop there. It has stuck Indian metro projects. Machines needed for tunnel boring in metro rail projects were stopped. The German company Haranknet makes most of these machines, but the machines are built in China, so they need to be shipped from China. China didn't send them. The machines are lying at Chinese ports. No clearance, no movement. So what's the result? India's ambitious infra building dream is getting stuck. Metro projects in cities like Delhi, Kanpur, Agra, Chennai, Mumbai, Kolkata, Ahmedabad are all halted halfway. Even the Mumbai-Ahmedabad bullet train is in trouble. A 21-kilometer underground tunnel was planned from Bandra Kurla complex in Mumbai to a place called Shilpata. A German company was going to dig the tunnels, but the project couldn't start because the machines didn't arrive. 3 machines were to be sent, one in October last year, 2 early this year, but all 3 are stuck at Chinese ports. India's foreign ministry is also getting involved in this. They're talking to China about it, but nothing has moved forward yet. China is not coming to the port and giving clearance. Chinese officials are not looking at them. They're not saying we will not give it to you, but they're intentionally delaying it, attacking one sector at a time. Friends, China is squeezing India sector by sector. Wherever India tries to grow, China blocks them. They are not shouting, they are not firing, they are not banning officially. As I already explained you, they are just silently refusing clearance at ports. A quiet war policy. If India focuses on EVs, China stops the magnets. If India focuses on solar and renewable energy, China chokes the supply of minerals like germanium. If India focuses on infrastructure and bullet trains, China blocks machines. In short, through its grip over the supply chain, China is slowly targeting India's development story. It is like China is holding our economic remote control. What should India do now? Friends, we have no choice. Self-reliance isn't just an option anymore, it is a survival plan. We can't run to WTO now because China is not officially banning them from being supplied to India. We have already explained it to you. It's a quiet war. They're not just giving clearance. It's all grey area politics. China is simply refusing port clearance, keeping goods stuck silently. The same happened with specialty fertilizers. Containers from other countries passed easily. It is not that Chinese ports are not working and every country is facing it, but it is exclusive to India. They are doing it to India. Indian containers were stopped without even checking. Right now, India can import a small amount of fertilizer from Jordan or Europe, but that is never enough for a huge agricultural sector like India's. So unless India becomes strong on its own, there is no permanent solution to this. The big dependency tragedy. We have a huge $100 billion trade deficit with China. That means if India exports goods worth $15 billion to China, China sends back goods worth $113 billion to India. That is 8 to 9 times more. Most of these are raw materials that are critical to the Indian manufacturing sector. and this gap is increasing every year. Experts had warned again and again that China could use this trade and supply gap as a weapon any time. That is happening right now. India hasn't taken it seriously yet. So now we are being forced to experience the consequences. That is why India has only one path forward: self-reliance. Forget political blame games. We must take real changes step by step. Build our own manufacturing systems. Invest more in R&D and innovation and scale. Add value to our products. Diversify import just like we diversified our oil imports, so that even during the Israel-Iran conflict, the Indian oil industry stayed resilient. And most importantly, India should create its strategic reserve for these rare materials, for fertilizers, for minerals, for raw materials. We need plan B ready at all times, because China's next move, you won't see it until it hits, but maybe pharma sector. Because friends, we may self-appreciate ourselves that we are pharmacy of the world, but the pharma ingredients which goes into making tablets and syrups, they come from China in big containers. We use them here in India and manufacture these tablets and syrups and sell it to the world. India's pharma sector is critical to its economy and medical security. But it is just matter of time China chokes this industry as well in future. So we have to wake up now. Thank you so much for watching. What do you think on this? Please let us know in the comment section below. Keep looking for better. Let's meet again. Namaste.